Welcome back, crafty cuties. We're going to do another junk journal layout today using junk mail. Dun da da. I have never really used junk mail in my junk journals, go figure. I've been saving some up because I've been actually finding some where I'm just like, hey, I have an idea for this and I have an idea for that. Magazines I think are a little bit easier to work with because, as you can see, there's some pretty images, so they work great for backgrounds and whatnot. But I also have a few pieces of actual junk mail that I've been holding on to, which you are going to see me using in the coming weeks. So I am going to start out by using this paper, like I said, for a background image. Now you are going to see that I will probably be covering up parts of this, and I might be covering up parts of the other junk mail pieces. And if you're thinking like, hey, that kind of defeats the purpose, I mean, I don't really think so, because it's sparking an idea, it's motivating me to create a layout, it's kind of giving me the base for the idea that I have. So I really like using it, and I'm going to try and use not only junk mail a lot more, but also I'm trying to use up my scraps. So I will be doing an embellishment video coming up really soon where I'm using like a bunch of my scraps, so be on the lookout for that. As you can see, I am just tearing those magazine pieces apart, and I only had like a strip left over for the page on the left side, but I'm gonna make that work. So I wanted to start out by using some ink, and I'm using Distress Oxide inks, just to, I guess, kind of tone down the images and to, I don't know, this paper was matte, so that was really good, but I kind of feel like it still looked like a picture, like a magazine, and I really wanted it to look like it was more like designer paper. So I think that in this instance, using inks or using different, what am I trying to think? Like you could use Mod Podge or different sprays, will really help you out in transforming it to look more like a designer paper or like a scrapbook paper. So I am just swirling the colors on here, and no really rhyme or reason, just going for it. So I just sped through this quite a bit because I am being repetitive, doing the same thing over and over, and we are moving right along. So here you're just going to see that I'm kind of playing around trying to get an idea of where I want to go next. I got this little pocket, or it's like a little envelope in the mail, and it had like my Fred Meyer rewards, and it has little hearts on it, and you'll see how I use it later on in the video, but it was actually really cute, and it could have just been used how it was, but I wasn't too sure how I was going to tie it into the page yet, so I wanted to go ahead and get my base down. When I have an idea and I am sure of something for my layout, I like to go ahead and just get that out of the way and just put it down permanently so I can move along and so I don't like overthink it later. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue these pages down, and as you can see, I am actually using the 2 pages here. I'm creating like a full layout. Personally, I like to do that. I like to use like both pages usually. Otherwise, I really like them to kind of flow and work together, if that makes sense. Okay, so moving back to this little envelope here, like I said, it's really cute on its own. Would have been so cute for a Valentine's Day layout, but I wanted to use it today, and I just didn't think that the hearts were really flowing with the background that I had going. So first of all, I'm going to cut this down to the size that I need it, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold this over so I can cut it a little bit straighter. Normally I just kind of wing this stuff and I don't care if things are straight, but I wanted this one to look somewhat nice because I am going to be covering it, you will see. So I realized I wanted to have this down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and add some scrapbook paper, which was actually just a little scrap that I had, and I'm going to place this on the top of the pocket. So I went ahead and just glued that down, and then I can go ahead and trim the top. I like doing this. It's much easier than measuring everything out. For the bottom half, I am going to use some really pretty fabric. I think it's vintage fabric that I got from a lovely friend who sent it to me. I'm hoping I can actually use the rest of the fabric for a junk journal cover, but for now I'm going to use a little piece of this for the top of my pocket, just to add some different texture. And I don't know, I just like the feel of fabric on pockets for some reason. So again, I'm just going to glue that down. And I feel like I went a little overboard with florals here, but at the same time, I really like it. So, okay, glued that down. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Now, guys, let me know. I feel like I am explaining a lot of very obvious things here. So let me know in the future. Do you want me to continue like explaining what I'm doing, or do you just want me to play the footage and I can talk about something else? I don't really know, because I don't know what else I would talk about, but anyways, I kind of like to explain my thought process even if I am doing a voiceover. So let me know if that's helpful and if you want me to continue. Okay, so I did take my Distress Oxide and inked around the edges, and I'm just going to use my stapler actually to finish off that edge right there so that it is closed and it's a pocket. And there, we are done with that pocket. I really like that. Now, I don't have any photos planned out for this layout yet, but I'm basically getting the layout all completely ready, and all I have to do now is print a photo to put on the layout and do my journaling. So, yeah, I was just in the mood to create a layout, so I will complete it afterwards, and you can see a photo of the complete version on my Instagram once I get a picture in it and the journaling done. So I'm trying to figure out now where I want to place this little strip, and I am gluing it onto vellum paper. And if you don't know, vellum can be kind of tricky with adhesives, but I have never had an issue with the Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. So anyways, now here we are using another piece of junk mail. This is a little bit junkier than the previous pieces I was using. And again, I'm going to have another video using junk mail, like actual junk mail, coming up. So hopefully I can get that filmed soon because I have some ideas. I'm just trimming this down because I really want to take advantage of that fun little window. And so I cut it down to be as big as it possibly could be, to where it was only white and didn't have any writing, although we could have covered that if we wanted. But I'm taking a really fun stamp. This is one of my favorite floral stamps. I don't remember what brand it is, but I'm going to just ink it up with some Distress Oxides. Now, beware, this Distress Oxide, it's not permanent, so I know that in my page it's not going to get wet, and if it does get, like, if the ink does move around or fade over time, that's fine with me, but just keep that in mind if you are stamping with Distress Oxides. It was the look I wanted to go for. So I'm using a couple different colors and just stamping over that envelope. I did stamp straight over the window, the clear window, and I'll just wipe that off. Like, it doesn't matter. Then I don't have to be so precise about where I'm stamping. I kind of just wanted to create more of a background, but you could have done so many different things to make this envelope pretty. But I really like the stamped look, so I am happy with that. I'm going to finish it off by using some of this purple color and inking up the edges. I feel like that really finishes off the look. And so I knew that I wanted to have something pretty peeking through that window, so we'll get to that in a moment. But I'm going to use my stapler again because, as you see, that's just completely open. So I am going to staple all the way down, I think on both sides, just to make sure that nothing's going to slide out. Moving right along, I'm going to glue down this scrapbook paper to kind of take up the rest of the space on that left hand side. And then I'm going to take that pocket we created and I'm going to glue that down in the center of the page. So now I have a pocket on the left hand side with the window and a little like folder pocket on the right hand side. So of course we need to do something about filling those. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down as well. So that is right where it needs to be. And I have this really pretty botanical page from, I don't know, it's from one of my botanical books, and I wanted to cut out this little floral image. Now this is literally the perfect size for like a journaling card, so I'm going to kind of treat it like that. But I wanted something on the back where I could journal, so I am just gluing some ledger paper on the back side. Again, I'm just gluing that straight down, and then I'm going to trim around the edges so that it fits all perfectly. Now I trimmed this down to be a little skinnier than like a journaling card would, and I'm going to treat it more like a tag. So I'm taking some more of that fabric, just gonna kind of fold that over, and again I'm going to use my stapler to staple that down. And then we have a pretty little tag, and I like having the little floral notch, what do you want, not notch, I don't know, that little fabric tab, there we go, it's a tab, sticking up so that you know when you are looking through the book that, hey, there's something that I can pull up and read. And I'm going to, of course, save the journaling for when I complete this with a photo. But moving over to the right hand side, I wanted to have a tag in place so when I did print out a photo, I could put it on this tag. So I am going to make sure that I print out whatever photo it is on a smaller scale so it will fit on the tag. This tag was actually left over from a digital kit. It was, I forget the exact name, but it was a Bohemian digital kit from Mind Boretti. I'll try to find the link and put it below in case you are interested. I also have this really pretty piece of like sewn ephemera that I got in some gorgeous Happy Mail, and I wanted to add a few extra little embellishments on this page. So I went ahead and just glued that on, and I love that it was already sewn and like ready for me, because then it adds so much to the page. And then I'm going to do a few more things. I have this really cool washi tape that I thought I would put on the bottom of this pocket. And I feel like there is a lot going on with this page, and it doesn't all really like match or anything, but I don't know, I really like how it turned out. I'm kind of happy that I went with this. Yeah, and then I have this gorgeous little like succulent sticker that I thought looked really good. I was just making sure that if I stuck it right there, I could still pull out my tag, and I could. So that pretty much completes this layout. Like I said, once I get a photo on here, I will put a picture on my Instagram, and that's all. I hope you guys like this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.